In a small, quiet town, there lived a young boy named Amir. Amir was 12 years old and had been blind since birth. Despite his disability, he was cheerful and curious about the world. He lived in a small orphanage at the edge of the town. The orphanage was humble, with a few rooms, a garden, and a tiny playground where children often played together. Amir liked the playground, but he never joined the others. He preferred to walk through the town on his own, feeling the world with his hands and ears instead of his eyes. Amir carried a white cane everywhere he went. It was more than just a cane. It was his guide, his companion, and his way of exploring the world safely. Every morning he would leave the orphanage, tapping the cane gently on the cobblestone streets as he walked. The sounds of the market filled the air. He could hear the vendors calling out the prices of fruits and vegetables, the laughter of children chasing each other, and the ringing of the bell from the bakery announcing fresh bread. Amir loved these sounds. They made him feel connected to the world around him. One sunny morning, Amir decided to visit the bakery. He wanted to buy a loaf of bread for the orphanage breakfast. As he walked along the narrow lane, he could hear the bread seller calling, "Fresh bread, warm and soft." Amir smiled to himself, imagining the bread's sweet smell and soft texture. He tapped his cane carefully to guide himself through the bustling street. Suddenly, he felt a group of older boys approaching. They were known in the town for being rude and mean to others. Amir tried to ignore them, but he felt a nervous flutter in his stomach. One of the boys spoke loudly. "Hey, blind boy, is that stick your only friend?" Amir held his cane tighter. "I am just walking," he said calmly, hoping they would leave him alone. The boys laughed loudly. One of them stepped forward and struck Amir's cane. The cane snapped with a sharp crack and Amir lost his balance. He fell to the ground holding the broken pieces of his cane. His heart sank. That cane was his eyes, his guide, and now it was broken. The boys laughed at him as they walked away. "Look at him. Can't even walk without it," one of them shouted. Amir stayed on the ground for a moment, feeling sadness and frustration. He had faced taunts before, but this felt different. It was not just teasing. It felt like the world was against him. Amir whispered to himself, "How will I go home now?" His hands shook slightly as he held the broken cane. The street suddenly seemed wider and more dangerous. He felt alone and scared. As he sat there trying to gather his strength, he heard a soft voice. "Are you okay, young man?" Amir turned toward the voice. It was calm and gentle. I broke my cane," he said softly. "Yes, I can see that." "It's okay. We will fix it," the stranger replied kindly. The voice was comforting, warm, and full of patience. Amir felt a small spark of hope. The stranger came closer. Amir could hear the sound of careful footsteps approaching him. "My name is Karim," the man said. "I can help you. Come with me and we will make sure you are safe." Amir felt relief. For the first time that day, he smiled. He took a deep breath and said, "Thank you." He did not know who Karim was, but he trusted him immediately. The kindness in the stranger's voice made Amir feel safe again. That morning marked the beginning of something new for Amir. Even though his cane was broken, he realized that not all people were unkind. Some could change his day with a simple act of help and a few kind words. Amir stood up slowly with Karim's support, ready to see how the rest of his day would unfold. Karim led Amir away from the busy street. His steps were careful, matching Amir's cautious movements. The boy held onto Karim's arm lightly, feeling comforted by the stranger's presence. "Don't worry," Karim said softly. "We will make a new cane for you. You will be able to walk safely again." Amir nodded. The kindness in Karim's voice gave him courage. For the first time that day, he felt hope instead of fear. They walked together until they reached a small shop tucked between two larger buildings. The shop smelled of wood and polish. Amir could hear the soft clinking of tools as Karim opened the door. "This is my workshop," Karim said. "I can make almost anything here. Today we will make a cane that is stronger than your old one." Amir felt a thrill of excitement. He had never been inside a place like this. The shop was full of wooden sticks, ropes, and different tools. Karim picked up a smooth wooden rod. "This will be perfect for you," he said. "It is light, strong, and easy to hold." Karim began working on the cane carefully. He measured, cut, and polished the wood. Amir watched and listened closely, fascinated by every sound. The rasp of sandpaper, the tap of a small hammer, and the gentle scraping of a file all combined into a rhythm that felt almost like music. Amir smiled as he listened. While Karim worked, he asked, "Amir, do you go to school here in town?" "No," Amir replied. "The orphanage teaches us some things, but I cannot read books like the other children. I use Braille sometimes." "That is good," Karim said encouragingly. "Learning is very important, and it does not matter if you cannot see. You can still know many things." Amir felt proud. No one had spoken to him this way before. Most people pitied him or ignored him. Karim treated him with respect, as if he were capable of everything. After a while, Karim handed Amir the new cane. It was smooth and polished, with a handle that fit perfectly in his hand. Amir held it and tapped it gently on the floor. It made a clear sound, steady and strong. He smiled widely. "Thank you," Amir said, his voice filled with joy. "It feels perfect." "You are welcome," Karim said kindly. "Remember, the cane is your guide, but your courage is just as important. Do not let anyone make you feel small. You are stronger than you know." Amir listened to these words carefully. They seemed simple, but they carried a power he had never felt before. He nodded and tapped the cane confidently. For the first time in days, he felt brave. "Would you like me to walk you back to the orphanage?" Karim asked. "Yes, please," Amir replied. He felt safe walking with Karim. As they stepped outside, the town felt different to Amir. The sounds were the same, but now they felt friendlier. The clatter of carts, the laughter of children, and the calls of vendors all seemed softer and less scary. As they walked, Karim talked to Amir about small things, about birds in the town, the seasons and the smells of fresh bread. Amir listened and laughed. He had never had someone explain the world to him in such a friendly way. When they reached the gate of the orphanage, Amir felt a sudden burst of happiness. He could see, or rather feel, how the day had changed. He had gone from fear and sadness to hope and courage, all because of one kind stranger. "Remember what I told you," Karim said. "Your cane will guide you, but your heart will guide you too. Always be brave, Amir." "I will," Amir promised. He felt a warm glow in his chest. Karim had not only given him a cane, but also a gift much greater, a feeling of hope and strength. As Karim walked away, Amir tapped his cane confidently on the path. He felt ready to face the world, no matter what challenges might come. For the first time, he believed that kindness could change a day and even a life. After Karim left, Amir entered the orphanage with a light step and a wide smile. The new cane felt perfect in his hands. Its smooth surface glided easily over the floor, tapping confidently with each step. The other children noticed him immediately. Some stared with curiosity, while others whispered to each other. Amir ignored the whispers. Today, he felt stronger. In the common room, Amir placed his backpack and ran his fingers over the Braille books neatly stacked on the shelf. He had always loved reading, though it required patience and focus. With his new confidence, he felt ready to try something new. He picked up a storybook and began tracing the Braille letters carefully, absorbing every word. Later, during lunch, Amir told the other children about the kind stranger. "A man helped me today. He fixed my cane and he said something that made me feel brave," Amir said. Some of the children were skeptical. "Did he really? Or are you imagining it?" asked a boy named Rafi. Amir shook his head. "He was real. He said, 'Your cane will guide you, but your heart will guide you too.' It made me feel strong." A few children smiled. One of the younger girls, Layla, clapped her hands softly. "That is a good message, Amir. Maybe we should all listen to our hearts more." Amir felt happy that someone understood. Even though he had always tried to stay cheerful, today he felt something more. He felt like he could face the world differently. After lunch, Amir went to the orphanage garden. The garden had flowers of many kinds, roses, marigolds, and small sunflowers. He loved feeling the petals and leaves, imagining their colors in his mind. The breeze carried the scent of fresh earth and blossoms. Amir tapped his cane along the garden path, enjoying the rhythm it made. While walking, Amir thought about the boys who had broken his cane earlier. He did not feel angry. Instead, he felt determined. He wanted to show them that he was not weak, that their cruelty could not stop him. As he walked, he heard soft footsteps approaching. He turned his head slightly, ready to greet whoever it was. It was a new girl named Hannah. She had recently joined the orphanage. "Hello, Amir," she said politely. "I heard about what happened this morning." "Are you okay?" Amir nodded. "I am okay now. A kind man helped me and I have a new cane." Hannah smiled. "That is wonderful. I like how brave you are. Not many people can stay calm when things are difficult. Amir felt proud. Hana's words gave him even more confidence. They walked together through the garden, sharing small stories about the animals they loved and the games they enjoyed. Amir realized that having friends made everything better. Later, when the sun was lower in the sky, the orphanage matron called all the children to gather in the main hall. She had an announcement. "Children, we have a visitor today. Someone has left a gift for a child who has shown great courage." Amir's heart raced. Could it be for him? He listened carefully as the matron continued. "The gift is from a kind stranger who wishes to remain unnamed. The child must come forward and receive it." Amir's cane tapped the floor nervously as he stepped forward. The room was quiet and all eyes were on him. He could hear the excitement in the voices around him and his pulse quickened. The matron handed him a small wrapped box. Amir felt the shape with his hands. It was smooth and lightweight, and he could feel that it was something special. He held the box close, unsure of what it contained but certain that it was important. "Open it carefully," the matron said with a gentle smile. Amir untied the ribbon and slowly lifted the lid. Inside was a beautifully carved wooden cane, different from his new one. It had intricate patterns along the handle, and a design that felt unique in his hands. Amir ran his fingers over it, amazed. "This is amazing," he whispered. His heart felt light and a sense of joy spread through him. Someone had recognized his courage and had given him a gift to show it. The matron leaned closer and said softly, "The stranger left a note with 3 words, 'Always be brave.'" Amir held the note and read it with his fingers. Those words filled him with warmth. They were simple, but they carried power. He knew he would remember them forever. For the first time, Amir understood something important. Kindness could come in many forms, and courage was not only about facing others but also about believing in oneself. He smiled and held the cane close, feeling ready for anything that might come next. The day after Amir received the special cane, he woke up feeling excited and curious. The sun shone brightly through the orphanage windows and he could hear the morning birds singing. He ran his fingers over the intricate patterns of the new cane. It was smooth, strong, and comforting. The 3 words written on the note, "Always be brave," echoed in his mind. Amir decided he would carry those words in his heart wherever he went. After breakfast, Amir went outside to walk in the town. His cane tapped confidently on the cobblestones. People who had seen him struggle before now noticed the change. He walked with pride and courage. Some villagers stopped to greet him, smiling as they heard the rhythmic tapping of his cane. Amir realized that courage could also change how others saw him. As he turned a corner, he spotted the same group of boys who had teased him before. They looked surprised. Amir's heart beat faster, but he remembered the stranger's words. He lifted his chin and tapped his cane firmly. "Amir," one of the boys said, "you have a new stick. Do you think it can protect you?" Amir smiled confidently. "It is not the stick that protects me. I protect myself by being brave." The boys exchanged glances. They had expected him to be frightened or to stumble. Instead, he stood tall and calm. One of the boys muttered something and walked away. Amir realized that courage could change fear into respect without hurting anyone. After the boys left, Amir continued his walk through the town. He stopped near the park where children were playing games. He could hear their laughter and the bouncing of balls. One of the younger children ran toward him and accidentally bumped into his cane. "I am sorry," the child exclaimed. Amir smiled. "It is okay. Just be careful next time." He tapped the cane gently and continued on his path, feeling patient and kind. The new cane gave him confidence, but it also reminded him to be gentle with others. Later, Amir returned to the orphanage and went to the garden. He loved feeling the plants and flowers around him. Today he noticed new sounds, the soft buzzing of bees, the rustle of leaves in the wind, and the quiet hum of the water fountain. His senses seemed sharper, as if the courage in his heart made the world more alive. Hana came to the garden carrying a small basket of flowers. "Amir, look at these," she said. "I picked them for you." Amir reached out and touched the flowers. They were soft, fragrant, and full of life. "Thank you, Hana, they feel wonderful." Hana smiled. "I am happy you like them. You seem different today. You look happier and stronger." Amir nodded. "I feel different. A kind man helped me yesterday and he gave me a gift and some words. He told me to always be brave. I think I understand what he meant now." Hana listened closely. "That is beautiful. Sometimes just a few words can change everything. I can see how much stronger you are." Amir felt proud. He realized that courage was not only about standing up to others, but also about believing in oneself and accepting kindness from others. As the afternoon passed, Amir decided to help in the orphanage. He guided some younger children to read Braille books and played small games with them in the garden. He noticed their smiles and laughter. He understood that bravery and kindness could spread from one person to another. When the sun began to set, Amir sat on a bench in the garden. He held the cane in his hand and remembered the stranger who had helped him. He did not know who the man was or why he had come, but Amir felt grateful. That single act of kindness had changed his day and given him courage for life. Amir tapped his cane gently on the ground. He felt strong, calm, and ready for tomorrow. He knew challenges might come again, but he also knew that with bravery, patience, and a kind heart, he could face anything. For the first time, Amir understood something important. Life could be difficult, but courage and kindness could make it brighter. He smiled and whispered to himself, "I will always be brave." The next morning, Amir woke up early with excitement. The sun was rising slowly over the town, casting a warm glow on the streets and the orphanage garden. He ran his fingers over the new cane, feeling the smooth patterns and remembering the 3 words that had changed his life. Always be brave. Today, Amir decided to go further than he ever had before in the town. After breakfast, he said goodbye to the matron and started walking confidently down the main street. His cane tapped steadily, guiding him safely past carts and market stalls. The townspeople smiled as they saw him walking with such pride. Amir felt a new sense of freedom and courage. As he approached the town square, he noticed a crowd gathering. Curious, he moved closer, listening carefully. From the sound of voices, Amir realized that there was a problem. A small dog had climbed onto a tall platform and seemed stuck. The dog was barking and whining, frightened and unable to climb down. Some adults were trying to help, but the dog was nervous and they were afraid to reach it. Amir felt a tug in his heart. He knew he could not see the dog, but he could hear its small, frightened barks. Amir remembered the words of the stranger, "Always be brave." He decided he could not just stand by. He tapped his cane carefully along the ground, making his way to the platform. People watched him curiously. "What is that blind boy doing?" someone whispered. Amir took a deep breath. He listened to the dog's whines and the crowd's murmurs. Slowly he moved closer, calling softly to the dog. "It's okay, I am here. You will be safe." The dog tilted its head, recognizing the gentle tone in Amir's voice. Step by step, Amir climbed the small steps leading to the platform. He used his cane to guide him carefully. The crowd held its breath, unsure if he could reach the dog safely. Finally, Amir reached the dog. He reached out slowly and felt the dog's soft fur. "Don't be afraid," he said. "I will help you down." He guided the dog carefully toward the steps. The dog followed his calm voice, trusting him. Step by step, they moved down until they reached the ground safely. The crowd erupted in cheers. Amir felt a warm glow in his chest. He had done something brave, not just for himself, but for another living being. The dog's owner came forward, smiling with gratitude. "Thank you, young man," he said. "You are very brave and kind. You saved my dog." Amir smiled and patted the dog's head gently. "It's okay. I am happy the dog is safe." People in the crowd began to see Amir differently. They realized that being blind did not mean he was weak or helpless. Amir's courage had changed their perception, just as it had changed his own. After helping the dog, Amir walked back to the orphanage with his head held high. Hannah was waiting in the garden. "I heard what happened," she said. "You were amazing, Amir. You were brave and careful. Everyone is talking about it." Amir felt proud. He held his cane tightly and said, "I felt brave because of the words the stranger gave me." "I wanted to help and I did it," Hannah smiled. "That is the best kind of bravery. You helped someone else, not just yourself. That shows your true heart." Amir nodded, feeling a sense of fulfillment he had never felt before. He realized that courage was not about being fearless, but about acting despite fear. He understood that the gift of the cane and the 3 words had given him more than guidance. They had given him belief in himself and his ability to make a difference. That evening, Amir sat in the orphanage garden, petting the small dog that had become his friend. He tapped his cane gently on the ground and whispered, "I will always be brave and I will always try to help others." For the first time, Amir felt a true sense of purpose. Life was full of challenges, but with courage and kindness he could face anything. The stranger's gift had not only changed his day, but had also begun to change his life forever. The next morning, Amir woke up feeling excited and full of energy. The sun was bright and the air smelled fresh. He ran his fingers over the beautifully carved cane and smiled. The 3 words from the stranger, "Always be brave," still echoed in his mind. Today, Amir decided to explore a part of the town he had never visited before. He wanted to see more of the world, confident that his courage would guide him. After breakfast, Amir waved goodbye to the matron and stepped outside. His cane tapped confidently on the cobblestone streets. The townspeople who knew him from before now smiled warmly. They had begun to see Amir not as a blind boy, but as someone brave and kind. As he walked, Amir noticed a small, quiet alley he had never explored. Curious, he carefully tapped his cane along the walls and the ground, listening to the sounds of the area. The alley was peaceful, with flowers growing along the edges and the faint smell of fresh bread from a nearby bakery. Amir felt a sense of adventure. Suddenly, he heard a soft voice calling for help. Amir stopped and listened carefully. The voice seemed to come from behind a tall wooden gate. He tapped the gate with his cane and said, "Hello, I am here. Who needs help?" A young girl's voice replied, trembling slightly. "Please, can you help me? My ball went over the fence and I cannot reach it." Amir smiled. Helping others had become natural to him. He felt the cane guide him as he moved closer. "Don't worry. I will help you," he said kindly. He tapped the ground and the gate until he found a small opening. Using his hands carefully, he lifted the ball and handed it to the girl. "Thank you so much," the girl said, beaming. "I am Sarah. You are very brave." Amir felt happy and proud. "You are welcome, Sarah. I am Amir," he said. "Remember, being brave is about trying even when things seem difficult." Sarah's smile made Amir feel warm inside. Helping others was not only kind, but it also made him feel strong. He realized that courage and kindness work together to make the world better. After returning the ball, Amir continued walking through the town. He tapped his cane carefully and listened to the sounds around him. The laughter of children, the calls of vendors, and the soft rustle of leaves in the wind. Every sound seemed brighter, more alive, because Amir felt ready to face new challenges. As he approached the market square, he noticed a small notice posted on a board. Someone was looking for children to help in a special project at the town library. Amir could not see the paper, but he read it carefully using Braille notes he had taken from a previous visit. The project involved reading stories aloud for younger children who could not read yet. Amir felt his heart race with excitement. He had always loved stories, and now he had an opportunity to share them with others. He tapped his cane confidently and decided to visit the library after lunch. When he arrived at the library, the librarian, Mrs. Naila, greeted him warmly. "Amir, I heard about your bravery yesterday. Would you like to help us read stories to the children?" "Yes, I would love to," Amir said eagerly. Mrs. Naila handed him a stack of Braille books. Amir's fingers traced the raised letters carefully. He began reading aloud in a clear, confident voice. The children listened, captivated by the stories. Amir felt proud. His courage, the gift from the stranger, and the lessons he had learned were giving him confidence to help others and make a difference. By the end of the day, Amir realized something important. Bravery was not only about facing challenges for himself. It was also about using courage to help others and make the world better. His gift from the stranger had opened his eyes in a new way. Though he could not see, he felt more aware of the world and his ability to change it. That evening, Amir walked back to the orphanage, tapping his cane proudly. He knew his life was changing. He had courage, kindness, and the support of the stranger's wisdom. He smiled, feeling ready for any adventure or challenge that might come next. The next morning, Amir woke up with a feeling of excitement and determination. The sun shone brightly over the orphanage, and he ran his fingers over the carved patterns of his special cane. The words "always be brave" echoed in his mind. Today he decided to explore a new part of the town and continue helping others. After breakfast, Amir tapped his cane along the cobblestone streets. His confidence had grown with each passing day, and the townspeople noticed it. They greeted him with smiles and kind words. Amir felt proud. knowing that his courage was not only helping him but also inspiring others. As he passed through the market square, he heard a commotion near the fountain. Curious, Amir approached carefully, using his cane to guide him. He could hear the frantic voices of children and the splashing sound of water. A young boy had fallen into the fountain and could not get out. The water was shallow, but the boy was scared and calling for help. Amir's heart beat faster, but he remembered the stranger's words. "Always be brave." He took a deep breath and tapped his cane toward the fountain. "Do not be afraid. I will help you," he called out calmly. The boy looked up and saw Amir. His voice trembled. "I can't get out." "You can," Amir replied confidently. "I will guide you. Just listen to me." Amir carefully reached the edge of the fountain. He placed his hands on the boy's arms and guided him step by step. The boy trusted Amir's calm and steady voice. Slowly, Amir helped him climb out of the fountain safely. The crowd that had gathered clapped and cheered. Amir felt a warm glow of pride. He had faced a challenge that seemed difficult, but he had remained calm and brave. The boy's mother rushed forward, her voice filled with gratitude. "Thank you, young man. You saved my son. You are very brave and kind." Amir smiled and said softly, "I am happy he is safe. It is good to help when someone needs it." The crowd's applause and the mother's gratitude made Amir realize something important. Courage and kindness were not only for oneself, but also for helping others in times of need. The stranger's gift had given him more than a cane. It had given him the strength to make a real difference. After the excitement at the fountain, Amir continued his walk. He arrived at the town library where he had been reading stories to children. Today, Mrs. Naila had a special announcement. "Children, Amir has shown great courage and kindness. We want him to lead a new storytelling program for everyone in town. He will help all children, including those who cannot read." Amir felt a mix of surprise and pride. He never imagined that his actions could lead to something so important. "I will do my best," he said confidently. The librarian guided Amir to a quiet room filled with children waiting to hear stories. Amir tapped his cane on the floor, took a deep breath, and began reading aloud. His voice was clear, steady, and full of warmth. The children listened with wide smiles, and some even laughed at the funny parts. Amir's heart felt full. He realized that his courage had inspired not only himself but also others. After the storytelling session, Amir walked back to the orphanage through the streets he had learned so well. The town now felt different to him. He could sense its beauty through the sounds, smells, and the feeling of the cobblestones beneath his feet. His confidence had grown, and he knew he could face any challenge with bravery and kindness. That evening, Amir sat in the orphanage garden. The carved cane rested in his hands, and he remembered the stranger's 3 words. He realized they were more than just words. They were a guide for life. With courage and a kind heart, he could change his world and the world of others. Amir smiled as he whispered to himself, "I will always be brave and help others whenever I can." For the first time, he truly understood that a small act of kindness and courage could change everything. The morning sun filled the orphanage garden with a golden light. Amir woke up feeling excited and calm at the same time. His carved cane rested beside him. The 3 words from the stranger, "always be brave," had become a part of his heart. Today felt different. Amir had a feeling that something special was going to happen. After breakfast, he decided to visit the town square once more. The streets were alive with the sounds of market sellers, children laughing, and carts moving over the cobblestones. Amir tapped his cane confidently, feeling the rhythm of the town beneath his feet. Everyone who knew him waved and smiled. He had become a familiar and respected face in the town. As Amir approached the fountain, he noticed a small crowd gathered around. Curious, he moved closer, listening carefully. He heard voices speaking about a surprise announcement in the town. The mayor was going to recognize someone for courage and kindness, and the crowd was excited. Amir's heart beat faster. Could it be him? The mayor stepped forward. "Today we honor someone whose courage and kindness have changed our town. This person has shown us that bravery is not about strength alone, but about helping others and believing in oneself. Will Amir, the boy who helped the children and the dog, please come forward?" Amir felt a mix of surprise and pride. The crowd cheered loudly as he walked forward, tapping his cane confidently. He felt a warm sense of belonging. People he had never met before were smiling at him, and the children he had helped ran alongside him, laughing and clapping. The mayor handed Amir a small box. "This gift is for you, Amir," he said kindly. "It is a symbol of courage and the difference one person can make in the world." Amir opened the box with care. Inside was a beautiful medal with a ribbon. He ran his fingers over its smooth surface and felt the engraving, "For bravery and kindness." Amir's heart swelled with joy. The gift was more than a medal. It was recognition of all the courage and kindness he had shown. The mayor smiled warmly. "Amir, your actions have inspired everyone in our town. You have shown us the power of bravery and kindness. Thank you for reminding us what truly matters." Amir felt tears in his eyes, but they were tears of happiness. He held the medal close and whispered softly, "Always be brave." He understood now that those 3 words from the stranger had guided him to this moment. They had helped him find courage, strength, and the ability to help others. After the ceremony, Amir walked through the town with Hana and some of his friends from the orphanage. Children ran to him, excited to see the medal and to hear the stories of his adventures. Amir told them about helping the dog, guiding children, and using bravery to face challenges. The children listened with wide eyes, learning that even small acts of courage could make a big difference. As the day ended, Amir returned to the orphanage. He sat in the garden holding his cane and the medal. The sun was setting, painting the sky with warm colors. He thought about the stranger who had given him the carved cane and the 3 simple words. Amir realized that the gift had changed his life forever. It had taught him to trust himself, to be brave, and to help others whenever possible. Amir tapped his cane gently on the ground, feeling the rhythm of his own heartbeat. He smiled and whispered to himself, "Courage and kindness can change everything." He felt proud, not because of the medal or recognition, but because he had grown stronger inside. That night, Amir lay down in his bed at the orphanage feeling calm and happy. He thought about all the people he had met and helped. He knew that life would continue to have challenges, but he also knew that he could face anything with bravery and a kind heart. The stranger's gift had not only changed Amir's day, but had transformed his life. Amir closed his eyes with a smile, ready to face the future with courage, hope, and a heart full of kindness. He was no longer just a blind boy with a broken cane. He was Amir, a boy who had discovered the true meaning of bravery and the power of kindness to change the world.